Good morning, Mr. Maestro, or simply, 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 David. It's David Lynch. It's January 20th, 2025, and it's a Monday. Today, David. Mr. Lynch, happy 79th birthday! And also the battery of my phone, at the moment it's at 79%, incredible. It's not a programmed thing, I assure you, it's in this way, the battery, it's not for, yes, it's 79 for its causes. Fingers, practically, I don't know if you know, but until yesterday I said it for 8 times, and it represents the number in the years, in fact, of Mr. Lynch. So until yesterday, the third was 8 times, but from now on 4 fingers, because yes, this is the 9 times, because 9 in the 79 years. So, however, David is usually in the heaven. From now, I think there is everything is fine, obviously, as the mythical, the legendary Eraserhead the song. So I'm happy of this day. Fortunately, you died 3 years ago, but if you still alive until today, you turned the hat and the birthday at the same time. Vabbè, a very, 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 very happy great birthday also there in the evening, in Naples. Today, once again, totally cloudy. Yes, totally cloudy, wet cloud at the moment. What degree cloud was kind of toxic in general. It also seems very strange now. It's early afternoon, practically noon and 35 minutes, 57 to Fahrenheit, 14 Celsius, and this means that it's really cold, like this is serious. In fact, cold it's a classic adjective that I use also for the winter, but it's winter period. It's first reports of the so as rap someone I don't remember. I think on Borio sono Borio Chinese, I suppose indeed. I'm not sure, but where I see it, I remember seeing these things for the same. But let's also see it at the same time. It's my purpose, the fact that people should watch movies. I know perhaps it's a paradox for you, but not for me. And I didn't always do integral operations of pratically some spring and autumn and the summer. In fact, for spring and autumn, so questo aggettivo soft, for the summer, the aggettivo hot, sono si chiese questi aggettivi, and non si chiede the visitors for me, was a few days and a few to Adam, so the completely, obviously it's cold since a few days, since some weeks we entered the winter, and in particular these last days or week, it's really cold, but at the same time, it takes to a meter, I follow since some years. And these are better 2 points of inspired by this middle, that is the women of middle is such a trade, and these 2 points are the cold showers if not freezed, and to wear as little clothing as possible. Well, thanks to these 2 points I always try to fight the cold, and for this I think I feel it, for this I feel it less than the other people. So thanks to this aspect, also another aspect that is that the grease in general, in fact apart from last year, in the past years I didn't remember that first part of winter like this is degrees. So thanks to the 2 aspects, the fact that I try to fight the cold and this effect in general, the grease in general, for me the temperature is good, the condition, situation, the things are good. I don't force for people have the same sensations, judgment also of me about this. From reality to reality could not, for example, think of a cold shower is a bit impossible. Well, I don't know, this depends on them. It's still about the atmosphere, they absolutely. I can say the same things just for the reasons. It's bad, but it seems for cranberry free. Some of things on this. Ingredient of no, I think at temperature at 70. This repeated just before 57 to Fahrenheit 14 Celsius. At l'important thing questa atmosphere, se anticipi. Sto before you this. Yes, there is a curtain, say no, as I'm repeating, as soon as I'm repeating, it's there is a curtain, I think you should see almost perfect at test. Suppose in fact sono test repeat totally what cloudy, non so according with read, consider the trend of these days, and the second, yes, and other things where I think later until the end of the day, for the rest of the other light days we have, but in general, until the end of the day, I think it could become more cloudy, more obscure cloud, dark cloud, and also that could be فالترا في moments today. It's possible, but as well as in so انت من جيجان wizards, if you want to see, and if it's clear, it's like me scriving. Today very clear. Band, so season, we dico Windows, new girls, insomma, abbiamo questo project in for 2 years. In fact, this new in quote means this because it's and I also make a lag for this because in fact we have it and really have it since more than 2 years. So it's more than 2 years in fact, and also this beautiful painter bench that always near me. However, for me, better visible, always visible, better visible, it's sentire in any shot at this point is mirror general shot. As regarding the shooter always behind it and so on to visible, so in general visible, better visible, and it's sentire, better visible for me, it's sentire in any shot, also indicates at this point is mirror general shot. And finally, for my medical cable, my GX 640, APG 625, also in this case, on this mirror general shot. Yeah, grazie molto people, follow per la channel, forse as like the get also to my brother, my sister, myself, trust Baskis, and finally I hope you let me get back. In general, today it's late in general, and for me I think slightly late. My late also for my hours, in fact when I say late for my when I say late early, I mean for my hours, but the really important is that let's fare for the record. reaction lesson 1963 it was starting فاكرني breakfast تفهمتني في يوم ليت I started with it تفهمتني partire من التياس في توزي yesterday magari things few weeks ago basta di ogni anniversary se zitti fa che sembra 1963 so se think that record or this record fa che sembra 1963 so sarà ciclo however today I repeat close as regard the record late as regard the sonars slightly late, as you I repeat, they're just rolling, obviously just rolling good, noon and 35. But the really important thing to show us remember that in some way, also today, fortunately, so I'm really hungry. And as we always say, breakfast is also most ultimate life in the world. Absolutely. And since the sono un mediocre shot, sono un mediocre beautiful biscuits, that are my favorites. Pratically this is Pam breakfast, in particular I recommend Pam cereals. They are fantastic. So as in this milk and milk through this new shot not only can stick off in it, but also Nesquik chocolate. Yes, in general Nicholas' breakfast are always some bomb, but in particular this one is a mega bomb. Where I repeat, I truly recommend the Pam Italian cereals, but I repeat, I truly recommend the Pam Italian cereals. They are superb. Arsi, tomorrow I suppose if I don't die. In fact, I know that tomorrow to Leppen, my wife will see.